Hello everyone. Hi sir. So I want to know that how you got the opportunity in COVID-19 and how you contributed it because still people don't know about. And can you give in brief or depth?
Yeah. Uh, Hello everyone. I'm Dr. Prakash Vasudevan, Director of the South India Textile Research Association, and we have a Center of Excellence for Medical Textiles that was established way back in 2008-9. So almost 15-16 years it has been in existence, and as part of the Center of Excellence for Medical Textiles, we do a lot of R&D, we do a lot of testing, and in that way, we had developed some equipments, testing equipments that were required for testing the personal protective equipment that are used in the hospitals. So, and SITRA is an accredited laboratory, and so we do test a lot of medical products in the laboratories that are available with us. We have physical, chemical, biological, and biotech facilities as part of the COE. So coming back to the question, in 2019, 2020, in fact 2019, end of 2019 itself, we were sounded by the government of India that there is a pandemic in making. It had already started showing signs in China, and the government of India was not sure whether we were prepared for handling an epidemic like that. So a pandemic, I would say, a pandemic like that. So what they said was they came to SITRA. They, in fact, including the Secretary Textiles, they were in SITRA and they were trying to find out, how we can actually test those products that are required for protecting the doctors and the hospitals. So SITRA had fortunately developed the equipment as part of an R&D project that was carried out a few years before that, and so we were in a position to test those products. So the first thing was, before the pandemic started in a big way, the government wanted to the companies to produce the protective equipments for doctors, the coveralls, our protective coveralls. So that's how it all started, and for making the product you also need the fabric. So that was also not available in the country. So that was the situation. So there were no fabric manufacturers for making the product, and there were no product manufacturers also. I mean, looking at the kind of volumes that we are talking about, thousands and thousands of hospitals were actually involved in managing the pandemic, and doctors were unprotected, literally unprotected at the time. And so we were in a situation where we had to import those coveralls from China and other countries. So, and no country was willing to at that time, to supply in the kind of volumes that we are talking about. So the government of India took the initiative to develop those coveralls. The credit goes to the government of India. They were doing it on a mission mode. So a lot of fabric manufacturers came up, and a lot of the coverall manufacturers came up, and the problem was whether those products will pass the test. And SITRA was the only laboratory in the country that had to test. And by the time, the problem was the lockdown. So in a situation where lockdown was there, it was very, very difficult for us. It was very difficult for us, and in fact, for the staff of SITRA also had to come to the office to do the testing. So it was so difficult. In such a situation, SITRA worked day and night, including the officers. They were actually coming and doing the testing of these coveralls. So in order to, pass as many companies as possible to make those products. So SITRA, in fact, worked throughout, not even a single day we stopped, including the holidays, everything. We worked continuously, and we were able to certify more than 1,500 companies to make coveralls for the country. And we would have certified more than, I think, 500, 600 companies to make fabrics also. So this was the contribution at that time of SITRA.
So in past few years, as you said, fabric was not available. So after past few years and now, how the medical textile developed?
See, now there is no problem at all. We are in a position to export these coveralls to other countries. So we, in fact, in 6 months' time, the country from zero production of protective equipment, it was actually starting to export. So that was the level of the the urgency, and the industry also contributed to make it possible. So we today there is no issue at all. We are in a position to export also if it is needed. Any pandemic, we are fully prepared.
So, as do you think there is any current challenges India facing about medical textile?
So the medical textiles is a very vast industry. There are several hundreds of products within the medical textile domain. So some of them are very simple, and some of them are more complex. See, the ones which we see regularly are the hospital wear, or those fabrics that are used in the hospitals. But there is more to medical textiles than simple fabrics or face masks or this one. We have textiles that go into the body also, like vascular grafts, hernial meshes, ligaments. So textile-based ligaments. So many devices, hard patch fabrics. In fact, SITRA has developed a number of these products also. In the last 15, 16 years, SITRA has developed a number of these products. So if any company in the country wants to make this vascular graft, SITRA has the know-how and technology to make it. So that is the situation. So I mean, there are still hundreds of products where work is required, but the most critical ones SITRA has already taken up, and we have done work. Yeah.
So, in textile, what material, what fiber of the textile is important in medical textile?
Every type of fiber is used in medical. You talk about cotton, it is used in medical textiles. Viscose is used, polyester is used, both staple fiber as well as filaments. So you have other exotic materials also that are actually getting used, like PLA fibers, PLGA. So many biopolymers, they are also being used today. So uh, there is no fiber, I would say, which is excluded from medical textile.
So, if not India, which country is the first in medical textile or have a good facility of medical textile?
No, all the developed countries have good facilities for medical textiles. There is a lot of research work that's going on in US, in Europe, you know, uh, and countries like China also have grown significantly, and they are self-reliant, as far as medical textiles are concerned. So it's a big industry, and still a lot of work, research work, is going on for improving the products.
So, can you tell me about your company, how you are doing welfare of your employee, how you managing your employees in this medical textile?
See, this center is see, SITRA as a research institute, we only employ people who are highly qualified. And coming to the center of excellence, you need it's an interdisciplinary research.
So,
So it requires textile people, you need biologists, you need biotechnologists, biochemists, polymer chemists. So highly qualified people, the team is actually working in the COE.
so do you invest in R&D?
Yeah, we do invest in R&D. In fact, a lot of facilities SITRA has set up on its own, and a lot of facilities were created with the help of Government of India. So the Ministry of Textiles has funded for establishing the Center of Excellence. Nearly 20 crores was invested by the government to establish these facilities.
Is Citra focusing on sustainability and eco-friendly products?
Yes, very much. SITRA actually is in a zone where sustainability is very important. We support the industries here in Tirupur, in Karur. So we have centers in these places also, which are working directly with the industry, and we work a lot on the sustainable technologies uh, in terms of like reducing the effluent, reducing the pollution. So we have developed certain technologies also that we are trying to commercialize.
So in past 19 years, past 5 to 10 years, what is the demand of the customer now?
It has increased very much, because a lot of things are coming. The requirements are coming from the buyers from other countries like Europe. So the manufacturers will have to follow a lot of regulations, and because of which they come to SITRA for support, technical support, technological support. They come to us.
So you are saying India is getting recognition. So in past, like in future 5 years, where will be India in medical textile?
Medical textiles is going to be one of the big industry in the next 5 years. 10 years ago, 5 years ago, we didn't see this kind of interest in the country, but today, every day somebody is talking to me about investing in medical textiles. So that is a type of growth. Even if you assume that only 10% of them will get converted, that will still be a big industry because this industry is quite big. The textile industry is quite big.
So we are going to see. We are going to see in future there will be any exhibition about medical textile or any educational campaign.
Yeah, SITRA is actually actively participating in a number of fairs. So we actually organize an event called as Meditex. So last event that we organized along with Textile in Mumbai. So we not only organized a separate pavilion for medical textiles, we also invited experts from other countries to come and speak in a conference that we organized there. So, so we are planning to have the next Meditex also within probably the end of this year, and so the planning is still on.
One personal question: you are going to invite me in future?
Yes, yes, why not?
Thank you so much, sir. Thank you for your precious
Thank
word.
you very much. Thank you.